but they're ghosts. At least if I die, you know I'm gonna come back and haunt you. I really enjoyed this episode more so than the first two. There's so much better writing. The Doctor actually feels like the Doctor again, which is great. Also, it's Toby Whithouse who wrote The God Complex, which I really loved, and he does suspense really, really well. Some of the other things I liked about this episode was actually decent science. They mentioned the Faraday cage, and I can buy their explanation of why the ghosts either can't go in there or can't use their powers in there. That seems fairly logical and straightforward. I can follow that. They also reference Unit again, which makes me happy. The one kid that just kind of is like, sorry, I science, I don't military. I very much identify with that. I think he is a good character so far. And we've got the character who is deaf, which I'm always for having diversity. And it's really cool how the fact that she could read lips was kind of the bit that figured out what the ghosts were saying, which I thought was cool. And, you know, space coordinates. That's always fun. Also, just the set design looked beautiful, and the lighting of the turquoise water on the walls was so pretty. And I also sort of fangirled about the Doctor fangirling out when he met Shirley Bassey, because she wrote and performed 3 of the Bond songs, so who wouldn't fangirl out when they met her? So in general, I thought this episode had really great writing. Definitely the suspense, it got me. I was gripped through that episode. It was very cool. They had really good, I think, characterization. Maybe not super deep characters of all of them, but I felt like they were complete characters, and it did not take me long at all to differentiate between them as people. So that was very good. I'm a little bit disappointed that it's a 2-parter. I was kind of hoping for just going back to just one-off episodes, so that kind of let me down at the end there. I do think that there's no way that the Doctor's actually dead, and I'm a little bit peeved, again, that they're trying to insinuate, oh no, he might be dead. He's clearly not. Just stop it. So that, I guess, means that there's some other way that these ghosts can, like, transmit the messages, and he's figured that out somehow. I'm also keeping my fingers crossed, and I sort of hope that in that stasis chamber is actually the Doctor. I think that'd be kind of cool, a little bit reminiscent of the Pandorica, and also possibly why the TARDIS wouldn't let the Doctor come back to a time like this any bit more in the future, because then there'd be too many versions of the Doctor there. So I think that's kind of cool, which, you know, explains why the TARDIS was so unhappy and ringing the cloister bells. Oh my gosh. When I've watched enough of the old Who that I know that when the cloister bells goes off, there is trouble. So I heard that bell, and I was like, oh shoot, what's happening? So I always enjoy it when they don't overuse that, and when they use it really well. So I'm looking forward to seeing the conclusion of this episode. Hopefully it won't let me down, because the first part was really good and suspenseful, and I hope you guys enjoyed it well. If you have any theories for what's going to happen in next week's episode, leave them down in the comments below. Alan Z.